Okay, so you watched the video and you saw how we're going to divide a number line into its fractional parts. Let's look at a fraction, and I'll try my best to get this in the camera. If I have the fraction 3/4, okay, I'm going to take my number line, which is 0 to 1. That's the fractional part. If I can get this in there, okay? That's the fractional part of a number line that I'm looking at. The denominator tells me how many equal parts to divide my number line into. So I'm going to take and I'm going to divide it in half because it's an even number, and I'm going to divide each side again. Okay? So now I have 4 equal pieces on my number line. If I were to take a pair of scissors, I could cut this on the lines, and I would have 4 pieces of that number line. Okay? Now, when they showed you in the video how to find the unit fraction, okay, these tick marks are not what I count. I count the spaces between the tick marks. This is 1 of 4 pieces. This is 1 of 4 pieces. This is 1 of 4 pieces. And this is 1 of 4 pieces. Okay? Just as they've told us before, the numerator tells me the number I'm using, or the number I'm thinking of. So I would need to use 3 unit fractions to represent 3/4. So I would count 1 unit fraction. 1 plus 1 is 2 unit fractions. 2 plus 1 is 3 unit fractions. This tick mark would represent the 3/4 that I'm thinking of. Now you notice when I do my unit fractions, I don't write it above the mark, and that's because this space right here is worth 1/4. This space right here is worth 1/4. This one is worth 1/4. The tick marks represent the other part, or the number I'm thinking of. Okay? So here's what we're going to do some practice for you. The teacher, the substitute, is going to hand out to each one of you a half sheet of graph paper. Okay? When you get that half sheet of graph paper, she's also going to hand out to you a number. Okay? You're going to draw a number out of our, I'm having a hard time getting that on the camera. I'm going to draw a number out of the baggie. Okay? If I were to draw this number, I would take my half sheet, I would write 1/4 and construct a number line. I would start with 0 on the left-hand side, the point of origin, and work over to the number 1 because I'm taking a piece of the number line. I would divide it into 4 equal parts, just like I did, and I would make sure that I labeled each unit fraction 1/4. Okay? Same thing with the other ones. Okay? You're going to divide it up and you're going to label your unit fractions. Remember, unit fractions are labeled in the space. The fraction I'm thinking of is labeled on the tick mark. Okay? You will do 4 of those, 2 on each side of this graph paper that you have. Okay? When you've done 4 of those, then she will give you the assignment sheet. On the assignment sheet, you're going to have to divide. I got the sun going here. Let's see if I can adjust a little bit. You're going to divide the number line and label the unit fractions. Same thing on the back. They've already divided it for you. You have to decide by counting the number of spaces what the denominator is going to be and label your unit fractions. Okay, so we're going to start with this. We're going to take this. We're going to look at it. We're going to do 4 fractions. You're going to make a number line for 4 of them. 2 on the front, 2 on the back. Then you're going to label unit fractions on here. Remember, I determine my denominator by counting the spaces, not the tick marks. I count this space, this space, this space, not the ticks. Alright, so you're going to go ahead and get started here. You're going to get a piece of paper. Okay, she's going to pass around unit fractions. We'll have to share in our table groups and we'll go from there. Okay.